Hello travelers, how are you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends on the time you are going to watch this video. Welcome and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Lewis from Travel with Lewis. So Travel with Lewis is a consultancy that deals with traveling all over the world, okay? We are an online travel consultancy. So welcome back to our YouTube channel, and the last time we talked about Gulf Air. So today I have a very interesting topic. So if I can remind you, or if you guys can remember how I've been posting on TikTok, in September I posted about Qatar Airways, and I told you guys that Qatar Airways was going to hire or was hiring cabin crew members. And yesterday when I was busy doing my work, some of my clients reached out. Some people who I had helped make good cabin crew CVs reached out so that I can help them prepare their interviews, okay? So some of them have been called to those interviews. Those who are in Qatar, they can attest to that. So in today's video, we are going to talk about how to prepare for an interview, and also we are going to prepare on the 11 crucial interview tips and questions, all right? So this video is going to talk about basically how to prepare for an interview and which kinds of questions they are going to ask. So feel free and welcome back to this YouTube channel. If you have somewhere to write, you can write down, all right? So I'm going to read and refer from my website, that is travelwithlewis.co.ke. So this morning I had made this post on my website. So if you don't know my website is travelwithlewis.co.ke. In my website I usually post jobs and opportunities daily. I usually also post information so that someone who needs that information can be helped using my website. The information on my website is free, all right? So the video today is going to tackle 11 crucial interview tips and questions asked during interviews for aspiring flight attendants, all right? So remember, when you have applied for a job as a cabin crew, you can be either called and go physically and attend an interview, or the interview can be online, right? So if an interview is going to be online or an interview is going to be face-to-face, there are things that you need to do, things that you need to know before you attend that interview, all right? So we've also talked about how to wear if you are a gentleman or if you are a lady. How to wear is very crucial in an interview, all right? However, today we're going to tackle 11 crucial interview tips and questions asked during interviews for aspiring flight attendants. Before we get into those questions, you need to know what is the work of a flight attendant. So quick fast, I want us to dive into what a flight attendant does, all right? So a flight attendant does or has a pivotal role in ensuring the safety and contentment of airline passengers, all right? So this is a job that is going to include customer care, okay, or hospitality, or both of them combined, okay? Because you are going to serve people, you are going to take care of people's needs. So number one, you are going to welcome the airline customers into the plane, all right? May it a plane, may it be a plane, may it be a jet, you are going to welcome them. Number two, you are going to assist passengers as they board, okay? You can assist, tell them to find or direct them to their comfort or area where they can be comfortable. Number three, providing safety information, all right? So during an aircraft or during a flight, you need to alert those people or the customers of that airline of the safety precautions. Number four, assisting passengers with special needs. Offering support to passengers with specific requirements, such as those with disabilities or medical conditions. We understand that there are many people who board planes. There are people who may come with disabilities or certain illnesses. You are supposed to know how to tackle that. Number 5, serving snacks and beverages. Inside the aircraft, you need to also make sure that when it is time to serve the passengers something to eat, you can serve them warmly and well, all right? Number 6, ensure safety during emergencies. So you must be able to lead passengers where they're supposed to be safe in case of an emergency, or in case an emergency occurs inside an aircraft. Number 7, securing the cabin. All right, so you must make sure that all passengers are seated safely inside the cabin before the aircraft takes off and when it is going to land. All right, so those are basically some of the things or some of the roles of a flight attendant in an aircraft. All right, so next we are going to look at 11 key tips for a successful flight attendant interview. So these tips are going to help you to tackle your interview. Remember, you have to tackle your interview well, be it online. Let me remind you, be it online or face to face. Do not take any of these for granted, okay? So maybe sometimes when an interview is online, some of you or some applicants may say, oh, the interview is online, I'm not going to face those people. But an online interview matters as much as a face-to-face interview matters. So number 1, keep your CV updated. A CV is the same as a resume. Right? Whenever a client reaches out to me and they want to have their CV made or updated in terms of cabin crew applications, I usually look at many things. How have you presented yourself? If you're a man, are you groomed enough, or are you groomed well? As a lady, are you groomed well? In those pictures that you sent me, or pictures that you're going to send me, pictures that we are going to use as passport size pictures, you need to be well groomed, right? So you need to have an updated resume. So many things are going to be checked here in the resume: your skills, all right, your experience, your profile, your motivation or career objectives. What do you want to accomplish in this mission of getting a job? Okay, so the employer wants to know, after getting a job, what else do you want to accomplish? Are you here for money? Are you here to serve people, or are you here to help us make profits? All right, so those are the things you need to take note of. So in your CV, you need to have good objectives, you need to have a good profile, you also need to have skills that show that you are able to do these 2 things. Which 2 things? Hospitality and customer service or customer care. All right, number 1, still under the updated resume, you also need to have a cover letter in case the airline application needs it too. But it is equally important to have a cover letter upon being asked. Let's say you're going to a face-to-face interview. You also need to show that you are committed. So write a cover letter that shows why you want this job. So a cover letter is an application letter asking for the job, why you want the job, right? What is your motivation? So write about you in that cover letter. A cover letter is like a message to the interviewers, all right? Remember, a resume tells about you and your experiences, but a cover letter will tell or will talk to the people who are going to hire you directly. So make sure you have a good cover letter that is going to be impressive, right? Use good English. Let us move to number 2. Prepare for video interviews. Remember, we are in a digital era. video interviews are available. So many airlines can opt to conduct video interviews, maybe if they are cutting on costs or something like that, but video interviews are going to save on a lot, that be sure. So if you're going to hold a video interview, prepare for it, all right? Dress well also. Don't come to the camera looking shabby, looking like a street person, looking like a homeless person. No, you need to dress well, at least from here upwards, all right? From your waist upwards, at least, unless they also want to see how tall you are, right? So when you are going to a video interview, prepare for it. How are you going to prepare for a video interview? Make sure you are in a good place that has lighting. If you cannot afford to do or have a lighting in the house, go outside in the balcony where it is silent, okay? So number one, have good lighting. They want to see you. They want to see your face. They want to see your smile, all right? So make sure you have good lighting. Lighting is very, very important. Number two, sound. Background sound or your sound. You see the way I'm talking directly to the camera. This is the way you should be talking, all right? So talk directly to the camera. Be very, very, very audible, and ensure you do not have bad sound or bad background sounds, all right? If you are in a noisy place, don't conduct an interview in a noisy place. Go to a place that is very, very quiet, right? So remember to do that. Also, during the interview, look at the camera directly. Don't shy. They want to know you. They want to look at you. They want to see your facial expressions, all right? Smile all the time. Smile for the camera, all right? So that is very important. So if you are going to prepare for a video interview, make sure you create a clean, noise-free space in your home or wherever you are, preferably against a neutral background, right? Don't have many things happening in your background, right? You can position yourself on a wall like I'm positioned right now, right? There's nothing going on my background. Don't let people pass behind you in your background. No, that is not good. Ensure your interviewer's attention is undivided, right? Do not disturb your interviewer when the interview is going on. So make sure there's nothing to disturb the attention. Test your setup, including your lighting and camera angles. This is going to help you professionally. So your appearance is very, very important. So you must test if your lighting is okay. You can record a mock-up video. When I say a mock-up video, it's a sample video. You can record a sample video of you talking to a camera so that you can check the lighting and you can check the voice of your camera. If you're using a phone, which I'm sure many of you are going to use or many of you are supposed to use, make sure you have opened the recorder, or if you're going to use a camera, make sure the recorder is on and it is working, all right? Number three, dress for success. I think I've talked about that, right? So remember to dress well. If you are a man, remember to dress well. Remember to shave, right? They usually don't want people who have beards, all right? So remember to shave if it is your head. Remember to shave also if you have bigger beards like I have, right? I don't work in an airline, all right? So remember to shave your beards. Remember to look clean. Remember to tie your tie well, right? Remember if your coat is not well made in the collars, remember to also make that, right? If you're a lady also, remember to tie your hair well. Your hair is supposed to be in a bun. If you know a bun, you understand what I'm saying. Just tie your hair towards the back. I think that is what a bun means, if I'm not wrong. If you are going to apply makeup, make sure you apply makeup well. If you are going to go on front of a camera without makeup, or if you don't use makeup, make sure your face is clean. Make sure your lips are clean. Make sure your face is very, very neat. Your eyebrows are done, so that you can create a good first impression. It is all about a good first impression. So research also on the dress code. Remember, some airlines have different dress codes. So research on the dress code that is supposed to be used so that you cannot fail to appear with a different dress code. Next, practice your interview skills. You can engage in practice sessions. I usually hold practice sessions for my clients. So if you want me to help you in your practice sessions, we can call each other. I can call you, okay? Act like an interviewer. If you have a brother or a sister near you or a friend near you, just conduct a sample. Just conduct a mock-up interview. Let them try and interview you so that you can get used to it. I understand. It is very easy facing a person for the first time, or it is very hard facing a person from an airline company for the first time. So make sure that you can practice. Practice makes perfect, or so they say. Review your social media presence. All right, this is very, very important. Social media can either cost you your job or make your job. Why do I say so? Remember, things that you post, if an employer finds them, they can either recommend you or not recommend you. So check on what you post on social media. Don't post nudity. Remember, if a company that is working with a lot of people finds out that our employee is posting nudity, they won't even have a second thought. No, they won't. Trust me. So you should check on what you post. Stop posting nudity. Stop posting weird messages, encrypted messages. All right. Stop entering into these things about, oh, this country is fighting this country. No, they don't want you to be doing that. Just be neutral on social media. It is very, very important. Trust me. It may seem like something that is not big of a deal, but trust me, it is a big of a deal. So remember, your social media is a very, very good tool. It can either give you a job or it can cost you a job. So review your social media presence, because employers, including airlines, routinely scan your social media profile to assess your alignment with their brand image. They have an image. You also need to have an image. In this case, a good image. So ensure your online presence exudes a positive image and considers sharing industry-specific content or networking with peers to create a professional persona. It is all about you as a person, the persona you're creating online. It can either sell you or damage you. Arrive punctually, right? So this is during now the interview, or even if it's online, arrive, okay? If the interviewer says arrive by 7 or arrive at 7, make sure you're there by 6:30. All right? In case of anything, you are on the know. In case the venue changes, you are on the know. So punctuality is very, very important. At least 15 to 30 minutes before the interview starts. So make sure if you are supposed to travel, you travel earlier, so that by 15 minutes you are at the interview place, right? If it's a big room. So the next thing you need to also take note of is make sure you are organized. So stay organized. Make sure you have all the documents. Make sure you've arranged them in a or in the right order. If you're asked to come with a CV or a resume, or if you are also asked to come with a cover letter, make sure you've arranged them in the right order. If you're also asked to come with a passport size photo or a full photo, and also a passport itself, or a copy or copies of all those things, or the document that you need, make sure you have all those documents organized well inside something, maybe an envelope, so that you can hand them over or you can give them whenever they need. You also need to have or cultivate connections while waiting for your time to be interviewed. Okay, don't just go and sit while waiting for an interview. Try to talk with the fellow interviewees, all right? Get to know each other, get to know where they're from, get to know what they have. Maybe sometimes you don't have what they have, all right? So remember to cultivate connections, forge connections with fellow interviewees or applicants while waiting for your interview, and also be friendly, right? Just talk, be a friendly person. Don't be harsh, don't have that sad face, don't be gloomy, all those things, right? Don't be that, right? Next is embrace honesty, right? So during the interview, you need to be very, very honest, where you've worked, your skills, what you know about the airline, or what you know about airlines, anything you know about airlines. So that means you need to research, right? Research very well. I've done a lot of topics about cabin crew, their roles. Go back to my website travelwithlewis.co.ke so that you can have a look at what I have done before. Prepare for customer service questions. This is very, very important. Prepare for customer service questions or hospitality. Customer service and hospitality go hand in hand, right? So prepare for those questions. Down or later in this video, we're going to look at types of questions, all right? However, you also need to prepare for customer service questions. Anticipate for questions that are focused on customer service skills. So you need to do a lot of research before you go to that interview. So that is a very, very big secret. Actually, it's not a secret. It's supposed to be that way. Remember, you're going to offer customer service to people who are boarding the airline, right? To the customers of that airline, customers of your employer, right? So it's going to be largely customer service and hospitality, basically. Project confidence during the interview. Sit well, face the interviewer, look at the camera if it's online, right? If it's not online, sit upright. If it's face to face, look at them. Don't shy away, don't look sideways, right? So you need to exude confidence during the interview. You should shake their hands firmly, okay? Maintain eye contact, have positive language, and also remember to at least grasp their names whenever they introduce themselves, all right? Yeah. Well. Now let us move to the questions that you may be asked, all right? I have done research and found out that there are types of questions. I have also talked to people who have worked or who are working in cabin crew or in a cabin as cabin crew members, as flight attendants, as passers, right? All those as chefs, right? So these are the questions that you might be asked in an interview of a flight attendant or an interview as a cabin crew, right? So you need to prepare, at least know how to answer, or at least know what these questions need you to answer. So they are around 40. I won't be saying all of them, but I just be going through the general, and maybe later on touch about some in experience, and then later on also touch on in-depth questions, right? So I have divided them. If you look at my website, look at my website at this post, I have divided the questions into 3, all right? There is the last one is in-depth questions. And then after, in the middle, we have questions about experience and background. I'll just go through them, I think, very, very fast. And then a general cabin crew interview questions. For example, let's start with general cabin crew interview questions. General cabin crew interview questions. These are examples of the general cabin crew interview questions. Tell me about yourself. So an employer or an interviewer may want to know about yourself. Hi, Jane. Hi, John. Tell us more about yourself. My name is John. Thank you. As you can see from I'm just saying, right? So you need to introduce yourself well, look at them, appreciate them for asking you that question, all right? So tell me about yourself. That is some of the questions. So you need to know how to answer that. Tell them about yourself. Be honest, be frank, according to how you've written your CV, right? What are your primary strengths? Strengths are those things that you are good at. Remember, they want to see your primary strength in accordance to the work, right? Don't say I like eating githeri. No, seriously, that's not going to be a strength, right? Your primary strength should come, or I should be hand in hand with the job, right? These are cabin crew CV. You are able to serve people? Yes. Have you served people before? Tell them about that. That is your strength. That is why you're here. That is why they want to interview you. That is why they want to hire you, all right? So your primary strength is something that you're good at. And in this case, you are going to be good at, or you are good at customer service, for example, or serving people, or hospitality, or taking care of people. Those are just examples, all right? So remember to, even in other jobs, all right? Your strengths should be in line with the job that you are going to do the interview, or that you are doing the interview at the moment. And then why do you want to work for this airline? Why? The biggest why that people don't know it's not good is money. Don't ever say you are there for money. Of course you are there for money, yes, but remember also they need to see, or they need someone who is going to be selfless, right? Make sure you show an aspect of selflessness, you show an aspect of commitment, right? Tell them you love this job. You've been wanting to do this job since when you were young, or since when you cannot remember. So remember to give them a good answer on why you want to work for this airline. At least also do research about that airline. It can help you answer. If an airline maybe has had problems, prior problems, or problems before with cabin crew members, or with other anything, okay, just tell them you can help them this way, maybe passengers, right? Okay, yeah. What makes you a good cabin crew member? Let me check my tea, sorry, before it gets cold. All right, what makes you a good cabin crew member? All right, this is going to talk about the strengths that you have as a person and why you think you're going to be a good cabin crew member. Remember, you need to be patient as a cabin crew member. Remember, you need to have humility, be humble, right? Be patient, and all those things. Figure out all those things. If you worked as a waiter in an hotel or anywhere, if you worked as customer service, you know how dealing with people is very, very hard, right? So that is why they need someone, you see, that is why they need someone in customer service or hospitality, because they know if you deal with people, people are very, very different. We are all the same. There are people who are very fast, there are people who are very harsh, there are people who are very quiet, there are people who don't talk. They are different, or they are myriad of people all over the world, from all over the world. So remember that you are going to deal with many people. So your strengths, or sorry, what makes you a good cabin crew member should come from that. What are your main weaknesses? Also tell them that, but don't tell them the worst, right? Just tell them something that maybe you cannot do, but don't tell them your worst. Don't tell them something that may deny you the job, right? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So this question is mostly, if I'm not wrong, this question is mostly in relation to the growth. Remember, these people want you to do the job and then pay you, right? So don't tell them more about your problems. Tell them more about how you want to solve their problems, all right? So where do you see yourself in 5 years? Tell them how you can help help people who come and board their plane, help people who come and use their airline, how you can increase, okay, what you can do in terms of customer service. You're not a pilot, right? So your work is going to be in customer service mostly. So tell them how you can use customer service or hospitality, be hospitable, so that you can increase their profits. At the end of the day, that is it. What types of articles interest you? This is according to you now, but don't tell them bad things. Tell me why you think it will benefit this airline to hire you. Remember the same thing. Yeah, so you need to tell them why you need to be part of that team, why they should consider you, why are you special, right? Tell them what you'll bring to the table in terms of customer service. Remember, okay? Again, tell me about your most recent role. Now, that is from your CV, right? So tell them about your most recent role. I like working with CVs, and when I'm working with CVs, I love putting a recent role first, right? So that they can see, right? So you can tell them where you've worked. That is why you don't need to lie. You need to master your CV or your resume before you present it to an employer. So tell them about your most recent role and what you played those roles, anything you did that is outstanding. Yeah, you'll think of that, I know. So make sure you go through your CV. What are some of your hobbies outside work? Tell them something good. Tell them something like traveling. Tell them something like sightseeing. Tell them something like photography. Tell them something like, just going and working in a restaurant whenever, just helping people. Okay, just think of something good. Don't tell them a bad hobby. What do you dislike most about your current job? Or also don't spoil from your current job, because they may say, oh, okay, it's the same. Why do you think you'll change when you come here? All right, so think of something good, at least something that is good, not really, really bad. Even if you dislike your current job, just tell them you want to change an environment. You want to, serve in another place. You are tired of monotony, something like that. You're tired of being at the same place. Yes. I think I've answered. At least I've guided you. If I have helped you up to that point, at least know how to answer such questions. Comment or give a thumbs up to this video. Next, sorry, I'm talking a lot. Next, questions about experience and background. So these are questions about your experience and background that an interviewer may ask you during a cabin crew interview. So all these questions, I'm reading them from my website, from the post that I've told you. What languages can you speak? You know how to answer that. Remember to talk about international languages, not your local languages, not your mother tongue. This is an international job mostly, and the planes or the airlines are going to fly internationally. Unless they are local. Even if they're local, you need to know an international language, because the world now is a global village. Why do you think teamwork is vital for cabin crew roles? Remember, teamwork is very, very important. Remember to put it in your CV. How do you cope with being away from loved ones for prolonged periods? You can tell them, maybe you call them at times when you're free. Yeah. Tell me about the items that passengers aren't supposed to carry while flying. This is a research question. Tell them firearms, drugs, right? All those things. List some medical aids that aren't allowed on an aircraft. And you need to also research about that, right? Tell me why you can't open an aircraft's windows so these are research questions, I see, right? This works with pressure, I know. Tell me about this airline's destination. You also need to do research. Tell them where they go. What factors do you consider if an emergency occurs on a plane? You also need to know that. Describe a time when you exceeded a customer's expectations. How long does the cabin oxygen last during an emergency? Tell me about things you'd consider when the passengers sit near an emergency exit, right? Now, what about in-depth questions? All right, in-depth questions that need you to at least think, right? So there are many questions. All right, this is from number 24 to number 35. Those are around 11 questions, like how do you help passengers who lose their luggage while flying? What do you do if a passenger disagrees with you? How do you handle passengers who refuse to follow the rules? Describe a time when you lost your patience while interacting with a passenger. How do you manage a situation when two passengers are causing disturbance? And so how do you handle rude passengers, and so on and so forth? So go through those questions on my website and at least try and answer some, or do research on the answers that you need to give. For example, further down in that website, in my website, interview questions with sample answers. I've seen I remember I had indicated there. So there are some common interview questions and some also answers, right? What do you think is a good customer service? An example of an answer. A good customer service, in my view, entails passenger satisfaction with the services offered. It means providing passengers with the highest level of comfort to enhance their overall experience. It also involves conveying the airline values to its customers. Exceptional customer service guarantees a passenger's memorable and enjoyable flight, which can foster repeat business for the airline. I deliver quality customer service by prioritizing passenger safety, respectful communication, and actively addressing any passenger concerns. Moreover, I believe that an excellent customer experience plays a pivotal role in the growth and development of a company. I am committed to satisfying all passengers. So what do you think is a good customer service? Remember, I've told you, employers want to know how you can help them make money. That is usually the point, right? How can you help them retain their customers? How can you help them get new customers from what you do to the current customers, right? This is basically why, or what the question is asking, right? What do you think is a good customer service, right? Right, next. If I'm wrong, you tell me in this next question again. What are the challenges facing this airline currently? Or this is a fact, right? So you need to research about that. What skills do cabin crew professionals possess? Yes. Skills that cabin crew professionals possess. These are skills that you possess. And which is the most important skill? Customer service. Yeah, that is the most important skill. Apart from that, there are other skills, of course, like teamwork, collaborating harmoniously with fellow cabin crew professionals. Yeah, you need to answer by saying you have that, right? So a sample of an answer is cabin crew professionals are characterized by their outstanding communication skills, allowing them to effectively interact with passengers. They also exhibit exceptional problem-solving abilities, enabling them to address unforeseen challenges during flights. Given the unpredictable nature of air travel, cabin crew professionals are adept at finding quick solutions and maintain composure in emergencies. They are equally skilled in teamwork, collaborating harmoniously with fellow cabin crew professionals. Personally, I possess all these skills, making me well suited for this role. And you're done, right? So this is the importance of doing research, and this is the importance of knowing what customer service is or hospitality is. So if you're watching this video, I guess, or I think you are in that field, or if you are not, do enough research, right? If you're not, do enough research. So there are other questions you can see in that website. I don't want to answer everything because you may be lazy, or you may not go and do your own research, because this is research that I've done. It may not be 100% complete, but it is something that is going to help you at least 80% or 90%, right? Yeah, so those were the 11 crucial interview tips plus questions you asked during interviews for aspiring flight attendants. All right, so we learned a lot of things. All right, so if I can make a recap, or if I can recall some of the things that I have talked about here right now. So what is the most important thing? Remember, you are going to be employed to help passengers in an aircraft or in an airline. So when a passenger comes to take that airline, they expect the best service ever, right? That is how people are, basically, or generally. That is how human beings we are. We want to be served well. So make sure, if you're going to be given a job there, or if you're going to be interviewed, make sure you're going to tell them about how you're going to serve these people well. And if these people served well, that means they will come back another time. True? Yeah, you can agree with me, right? So thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys for watching, if you have watched up to this moment. All right, so if you haven't watched, or if you have watched up to this moment, you can share to someone else this video. Tell them there is something good here. Also share my my website, travelwithlewis.co.ke. You can reach out to me on my email, write me an email, tell me anything, right? I usually interact with my clients very, very much because that is what I do best. What else? You can also book a consultation with us if you want further consultation, face-to-face consultation. I usually call people, my clients, whenever they want me to have a consultation with them so that we can at least help each other. My happiness is seeing you prosper. Right? Maybe someday we're gonna meet in one of these airlines and say, oh yeah, Lewis, it's you. I got this job because of, and I'll be very, very happy. All right? Yes, and I'll tell you, well, buy me coffee. Of course, I'm kidding. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Talking about coffee, you can see my TikTok bio. You can buy me coffee anytime you want. You can buy me coffee. I'll appreciate that. We do a lot of work actually. You know, doing the research, all that. You know, it's not my main job, of course, but I usually take time, you know, doing research, updating my website, you know, telling on what to do, how to update a CV, how to write a good CV, how to, you know, when opportunities are out, all that. So if you appreciate my work, you can buy me coffee. If you're in Kenya, maybe you can buy me coffee. If you're all from anywhere in the world, just check my my link on TikTok. You can see, or I'll just leave the link down here where you can buy me coffee if you want. If you want that, I'm not forcing you, right? So as a parting shot, I love to wish you all the best. Those people who have gotten a message of going to going for an interview, I wish you all the best. Remember to do your research. Yeah, research is very, very important. It is very, very important. And then remember to be there on time. Remember to dress well. Remember to groom well. Remember to apply your makeup well. All those things matter. They are little things, but they do matter, right? So lastly, I love to wish you all I've wished you the best already. So thank you so much for watching up to this point. May you be blessed. See you in the next video. I'll be putting videos, I promise, this time. Goodbye and have a nice evening or a nice day.